So do you want to know the real reason why some businesses sell for 2x and others sell for 10x? Well, a lot of the times it ain't tech and it ain't the team. It's actually the invisible force called social capital, and it can add millions to your business valuation. And we're going to talk about social capital today in 3, in 2, in 1. Today, guys, we're breaking down how social capital builds million-dollar brands. Now, what is social capital? It is an intangible capital that represents 80% of your value of your company. There are 4 total capitals. There's the customer capital, which is obviously the importance of having good, diverse, and good, loyal customers. There's a human capital, which is your employees and culture. There's your structural capital, which is your systems and processes that make it transferable. Then there's your social capital. If you want to sell your business, you need to scale your brand, or you need to dominate your niche. And what we're going to talk about is the blueprint, all right? Most owners ignore this, and it costs them millions. They don't care about social media. They don't care about having a fancy website. They don't care about Google My Business and what that represents. I'm telling you, what your community sees, what your community thinks of you, how they view your brand, it's so important, because when a new buyer comes in, they want to already be established. They already want to have the good customer reviews, and they really just want to be crushing it. So that's what we're going to get into today. But before we really do, and I give you the blueprint, what I want to actually tell you is to like, subscribe, make sure you share this stuff, okay? Follow along. There's a lot of other stuff here that if you're at all thinking about scaling your business, you're gonna wanna follow my show, because I'm an exit advisor, and exit planning equals good business strategy. And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys, so that you can ultimately scale your business to sell, because a great business to sell is a great business to own. Follow me on social media, like and subscribe. All right, here we go. Social capital, it's the multiplier. It's not just what you sell or how you operate. It's really how the world sees you, how your team flows, how your culture moves. It's the trust, it's the brand, it's the vibe. And buyers will pay a premium for it, because when they enter and they start running your business, they've already got that part down. The website's kicking butt. You've got a bunch of great Google business reviews, and everybody in the community really already looks up to the brand, and they really enjoy referring and working with that company. And it's just an ultimate multiplier. And I'm going to give you an example. We just recently sold an irrigation company, local irrigation company. And by traditional standards, it shouldn't have sold for much. It was super, super owner dependent. There wasn't really any flashy tech. But you know what it did have? Over 1,000 5-star Google reviews. It ended up selling for a premium. Why? Because the community loved it. The brand was basically everywhere. And leads were coming in on autopilot without having to spend $1 because of the amount of 5-star Google reviews that it had. That reputation was their moat. That social proof was their value, and that's what the buyer paid for. We ended up selling that business for about 5 or 6x, if I can remember. And what a premium. And again, super duper owner dependent like crazy. But the social capital is what ultimately turned that business into an extremely sellable business. So the first thing is you want to build a brand that the community can trust. All right, honestly, sounds crazy, but it starts with your logo. Starts with your website, your social media, and your Google My Business reviews. They all basically scream who you are. If your reputation sucks, your valuation sucks. So make sure that it just looks clean and it looks the same all of the time. The next thing you want to do is you really want to collect and amplify social proof. And in my opinion, Google My Business is the way to do it. You could have a bunch of likes on social media and a bunch of followers. That's very important. But if you have a local mom and pop shop type thing, I'm telling you, crappy Google My Business reviews are going to get you nowhere. Focus on really good Google My Business reviews. They are freaking gold. Yelp is great too. Facebook is great too. And my favorite, video testimonials. On your website, you should have video testimonials of the people who really enjoyed your service. You should also have a separate Google Doc just of testimonials that you can send to a potential client at any time. Stack them up. Show that you are the go-to company for that particular service. And I'm telling you, people will not only pay for it, but they will pay for a premium for that. And why? Because that's just a brand now that they can trust, because other people trust it as well. The next thing is create an internal culture that moves like a unit. Social capital, honestly, it starts inside, okay? If you can't get your team to buy in, then how are you going to get a customer to buy in, or just a community itself? Is your team aligned? Are they inspired? Are they accountable? Make sure you have really good group flow, because ultimately that's what equals scalability. And then that leads me just to the last thing, which is just be the brand that shows up, right? I think Social capital is kind of obvious. It seems obvious, but you'll be surprised the amount of businesses that we go into where they just have the worst Google My Business. There's no company culture. Nobody's really on the same track. So again, it seems obvious, but make sure that you be the brand that shows up. Events are great to do. Charity, content, thought leadership. Be seen. Okay, be known, be respected. Buyers don't just buy operations. As important as systems and operations is, it's not the only thing that they buy. They buy influence, guys. So make sure that you're out there, you're showing your face. And the last thing is detach the business from YOU. You. Social capital grows when the business becomes the star, not the owner, all right? So that's why it's so good to have really a good brand, good colors and everything like that. That's when buyers see a product, not a liability. So just to recap, social capital, it's your brand, it's your reputation, it's your rhythm, it's invisible, but it's the most valuable asset that you own. So build it, protect it, and amplify it. So those are the 5. Just to recap real quick, build a brand that the community can trust. Make sure that you collect and amplify social proof. Make sure that you create an internal culture that basically moves like a unit, because if the community doesn't trust you, if your employees aren't trusting in the brand and all flowing in the same direction, I find it hard for the community to do the same. Be the brand that shows up, and then detach the business from you, because you want to have it so that people are following the business and the brand, not just the owner. So that's what we got, guys. Real quick, I'm going to give you some homework. I want you to audit your social capital today. How many 5-star reviews do you have? What does your brand actually say to a stranger? I'll give you a quick example. What does Disney sell? They don't just sell theme parks, they sell magic, right? So exactly what does your brand say to a stranger? And is your business actually ready to run without you? So I want you to write 3 things that you need to improve and take action this week. Is it your website? Is it your Google My Business? Is it your brand, colors? Is it your logo? Just take a look at it, think on a social perspective, and really ask yourself, what does the community actually think of when they see my brand and when they see my logo? So that's how you make your business irresistible to buyers, guys. You start with the social capital. It's not just a cash machine. It's a brand with gravity. Hit the subscribe button. I'm telling you, you're going to really like this show. Every single Wednesday, no matter what, we're coming out with this new show. What I really want you guys to understand, that exit planning equals good business strategy. It's plain and simple. If you want to scale your business, okay, that's what's going to make it also more sellable. And you'll just be able to exit with top dollar, whether you decide to exit or not. Like, subscribe, share with everybody that you can. Follow me on social media, guys. Every single Wednesday, we've got the show. Every Monday, we've got our podcast guests. Every Friday, I go live. More than enough content to really help you scale your business. And that's what we got, guys. See you next week. Peace out.